Hi, I am here today with Kelly Garcia, the Director of the Department of Human Services, and we announced earlier some new child care provisions that Kelly has helped put in place, and since then we have many Iowans that are asking a lot of questions. They're saying, you know, we have schools closed down, why not child care? So, Kelly, what do you say to parents asking that question?
I think it's such a great question, Governor, and I understand it because I have 2 young children who normally, under normal circumstances, go to daycare every day. And so I've been asking myself that question in our home dialogue with my husband. You know, I do see that it's different. The need for care doesn't go away. I'm lucky in my own family structure that my husband's able to stay at home with our children right now. But for every family, that's not the case. Right. And for those families who are single-parent households or 2-parent household who work in critical infrastructure, that would be, of course, hospitals, first responders, people in our supply chain, folks who work at Hy-Vee and other grocery stores. They still need to go to work, and we want them to be able to use safe care options, not to send their tiny ones to grandma and grandpa, and also not to send their children to pop-up locations to strangers. We don't want to force them into the shadows. We want them to go to and equip the child care centers who are online to continue to provide safe care.
Yeah, that's excellent. So one of the other questions too that we've been getting is the new guidelines were provided to centers this week. What changes can parents and child care staff expect?
So this is our guidance.
Yes.
It's on our website, and it really tries to break down all of the different categories that will equip centers to continue to provide safe care. And a lot of these protocols they do during cold and flu season on a regular basis. But we have asked them to shift some aspects of their business model, and they've come to the table and really changed a lot of practices that we think are great steps to mitigate the spread right now. Of course, these practices include hygiene. So hand washing, hand washing, hand washing. You tell us this all the time. Child care centers are a great structure for that because they can keep children on a routine during the day when the rest of life is not routine-based at the moment. And so really making sure that children are washing their hands not just at food time or toileting time, but throughout the day with consistency. We've also asked child care centers to remove all plush toys for little ones who put things in their mouth a lot. That's an extra protocol that we feel is good at the moment. And then for blankets at nap time to take those other items home on a daily basis to wash.
Okay, very good. Those are just practical, great recommendations. So many parents also want to know if they should be sending their children to daycare as usual, and what are you encouraging them to do?
So if they have the option to keep their children at home, that's a great idea. It's right in line with your message around social distancing, but again, not every parent has that option. So we would continue to ask them to make good choices and to work that out with their child care provider.
Okay, sounds great. So social distancing is part of our new normal. Is social distancing recommended in child care settings, and what does that look like?
It is. It absolutely is. So not every center's facility structure is built the same. So we've encouraged them to do that when they can, and to mitigate kind of the passing of hallway time and playground time, etc. We've also implemented, and this is one of those changes in business practices, for parents to drop their children off at the front door and not enter. And that's a distancing practice that didn't exist previously that we think is wonderful because it eliminates kind of touching along the way as parents are dropping children off. It also allows the center director or other staff to scan temperatures at the doorway.
Well, those seem very practical and very easy to follow. So thanks, Kelly. You know, this has been a tough time for parents of young children, and you really are encouraging parents who are working from home to consider keeping their children home with them, and I want to encourage employers to support your employees with that decision. So this is an unprecedented time, and we all need to do our part to protect the health of all Iowans. And just thank you. I know this has been a great effort on your team to get these put in place and to make sure that we can continue to provide necessary health care for our essential workers. So I really appreciate all that you're doing and your team to make that happen. Thanks.
Thank you, Governor.